I think there's four major elements that really contribute to a hit song. The first being is you have to write a hit song. Songwriters go through processes of, it could be 100-to-1 ratio of writing a bunch of songs, and only one or two of them are really good songs. So I think it all initially starts with the writing of the song. Sometimes that's the artist, sometimes that's not the artist. A lot of artists actually purchase songs or have ghost writers. They may need help writing a song, or they may collaborate with somebody. So the core thing is to start with the writing of the song. The next part is to actually record the song. A lot of what we do here is we have degree programs in the recording process, recording arts. So recording the song and getting a performance, capturing the moment where you feel like the song is as good as it can possibly be, and then you're going to release it out to the world. After it's recorded, then we go into what's called the mixing process. The mixing process is us taking all the elements that we've recorded. Could be, layers of vocals. We may have multiple takes of a vocal, drum parts, guitar parts, and we're going to balance all that out. So when you listen to the song, everything feels like it's in the right place. After that, the biggest thing is promotion. People can't buy a song, people can't download a song unless they know it's available. So one of the bigger factors that a lot of local bands or smaller bands don't have is the promotion money, and that's a big part of you having a hit song, is having promotion. In a smaller market, a lot of mistakes that younger bands make is they spend all their money recording, and they may have an incredible record. They may have the most amazing record in the world, but nobody knows they have it. In a smaller market, a lot of mistakes that younger bands make is they spend all their money recording, and they may have an incredible record. They may have the most amazing record in the world, but nobody knows they have it. And we're in a sales business. I mean, we're selling people entertainment, and if they don't know that they have the entertainment, then obviously that's probably a huge factor. I do different things for different artists. It really depends on what the artist needs from me. Sometimes, for example, maybe I'm hired to produce, and it's I'll use Deep Purple as the example. They're incredible musicians, so I really don't need to step up to that plate. But what I need to do is be their guidance in maybe a performance issue. Do we have the best performance that we can have? Maybe it's a situation where I'm working with a pop artist, and I need to be more involved in the arrangement of the song, in sound selection. Other artists, I may actually just engineer. I may just do the recording process, where they have another producer that we'd work together, and my job is to pick out the right sounds. What does a drum sound like? What does a guitar sound like? In other instances, it's you're along for the ride. There are some artists where we're there just as the safety net, and one of the things I learned a long time ago in producing is to kind of let things happen more organically, and be the person that can step in if you need to. I try not to force the issue. People now think a producer, in most parts, are the songwriter, and that's not always the case. Producing a record is putting the right people in the right places, and sometimes that is you, sometimes that is somebody else. Here at Full Sail University, we teach all different aspects of what producing is. We teach the recording part, we teach the music production part, we even teach the business part. So depending on where I need to step into the play, I have the skill set to be able to do that. In our industry, there's a lot of the myth versus fact. The fact is you have to have talent. That's one thing that I can't fake. And for all intents and purposes, you have to be really close to where you need to be for us to be able to, let's just say, help it. The technology now allows me to have something that may be a little bit out of tune, and I can fix that. What I can't do is take somebody who is completely singing out of key and take that and make that a hit record. We generally try to spend the time with the artist, and it may, honestly, it could be 300 takes of a vocal line to get it right where we want it to, and then we'll actually, on top of that, go in and manipulate it. Our technology has kind of allowed us to do that now, where we can, do a little bit of post work, versus the old school, 50s, 60s, everything was you recorded it and you got the performance, and you got the singer either sang it correctly or you went back and did it again. we're now moving with technology into worlds where we're not only manipulating vocals was the first easiest one. Somebody can't sing, we can make them sing. Not totally true. But now we're moving into drums, where we can have drums that maybe don't sound as good as they should, and I can go in and actually change and manipulate the drum sounds with computer technology. So it's starting to progress into other things, which allows us to have different techniques for actually, making songs. We, in the past, would have to have all the musicians come in, we would set up microphones in the studio, and we would record. Now we have the ability to also have one musician, for example, a keyboard player, and we can, through the keyboard and through MIDI technology, we can actually go through and sequence a song. A lot of our pop songs are done in a computer, in a laptop basically, where all of the sounds are manufactured from computer software. And then we'll bring the singer in and have the singer sing on top of that. It's just a different process of how to make records. A lot of artists also do the hybrid version, which is they'll use live players and then supplement the live playing with some of the computer software. People's perception about how quickly a song comes out is usually way wrong. In our industry, we may finish a song, and as a producer, as an engineer, as a mixer, I may work on a song today. It probably won't see the general public for 6 months to a year, because of all the processes that are involved with, the marketing and getting things ready. When we finish a record, it doesn't come out the next day. Now, that's kind of good on the pro level, because we have quality control. There's sometimes 50, 60, there could be 100 people who have listened to a record and said, they put their little stamp on it and said, yes, this is good, yes, this is good. A person who goes to a music store and gets a computer piece of software and comes back and records, they can put it up on the internet tonight with no quality control. So I really do think that kind of falls into play with the, when I finish a song and it leaves here, I've already probably done 10, 15, 20, 30 songs before that one actually comes out. So a lot of times it is a surprise to us, because we didn't think they were going to push that track. I don't always know which song the record label is going to push. So it could be one of those situations where we thought it was a horrible song, and I've had this happen a number of times in my career, where we've worked on an album, we're like, oh, these are the ones that are kind of like filler songs, and they become the big hits. A lot of times we're always trying to make every song the best that it can be. So if we're doing our job right, every song is a hit song for us. And so hopefully somebody else further down the road is going to say, no, that one's better than all the rest of them. And there are those people in our industry that we look up to that do that. There are people's jobs, and their sole job is to listen objectively to music and pick out the ones that are going to stand out.